Okay, so the question for today is, when is it okay, or is it okay to remove people from your life? And removing negative people, I guess you'd say. And that's kind of a common thing, but I would say starting off with a couple of questions for yourself is a good place to start. One is, are you actually wanting to remove this person from your life, like altogether? Or is this somebody that's like, maybe your brother that you want to, build healthy operating space between, as opposed to removing altogether? Because that's going to be a little difficult come Christmas and Thanksgiving for a lot of people, if you're planning on completely cutting this person out of your life. In most cases, when that question or that situation comes up, it's really what somebody's asking is, how do I learn to live in a healthy way and build in healthy boundaries with somebody who's affecting me negatively? And so I think what you have to consider at that time is, are you able to maintain the boundaries that you set, or the expectations that you set with this person? A lot of people have ideas about boundaries because they sound good in theory, and they know that their life might be less stressful or more positive or whatever, and they like the idea of setting this boundary. But when it comes down to crunch time, do you have the skills, or are you emotionally healthy enough to say no to a request? Are you able to do that? Because I believe your effectiveness when it comes to maintaining boundaries is proportional to your emotional health. Because a lot of times people want to have healthy relationships, but they're not always willing to do some of the difficult and awkward work necessary to put that relationship on a path to health and happiness. So you can do that. I mean, obviously, I recommend seeing a therapist or something that can help you with that, with setting some healthy and realistic expectations for relationships. But to kind of answer the question on a kind of a broad scale, it's always okay to remove negative people from your life. I often tell people it's okay to love somebody from a distance. In fact, a lot of times that's necessary. And if it's, I kind of use some people have heard me say, you don't have to jump in a dirty diaper just because it's warm. I know that's a kind of a nasty analogy, but it's true, because it's, eventually it's going to get irritating and people are going to avoid you. And so you are allowed, you need to give yourself permission to love somebody from a distance a little bit. So hopefully that's helpful to somebody. Share this with people that might benefit. And if you have other questions, reach out at brian@onelifetreatment.com or Facebook, One Life Treatment, and feel free to ask me questions. Thanks.